Good old Mom's at it again.
Here they are, all filled out and signed by yours truly. Wasn't that nice of me?
What are they?
Why, they're your physicals, of course. We can't go to camp without our physicals now, Captain.
Blech. Hater.
Did you have to kiss so wet?
This is Film Sack.
Oh, man.
Oh, sure.
Greetings, hello, and welcome to Film Sack. Yes, this is Film Sack, and this is Sacktober. Hey, I'm Scott Johnson, everybody. I'm joined today by... it's episode 720. Like the video game in the arcade in the 80s.
Okay.
Love that game.
Cool.
Yeah. Bees.
Yeah, we're brought to, or we're farming the land of. I'm trying to make a new one this week, and I can't do it. So never mind.
Okay.
Mining the very depths of film entertainment for all mankind. All right, fine. I'll stick with the same old thing. Hey, it's Scott Johnson here, and I'm joined today by Brian. And to think in just 10 years from now, you'll have Jurassic Park done away.
Oh, yeah. You're really looking forward to that, are you? All right. Oh, hi. This week on Film Sack, we pack up our emotional baggage and bus it to a late summer sleepaway camp located on Lake Mean Girls and Boys in, I'm going to say, upstate New York, Angela. So strike your best pants down surprised look and point your creepy, uncomfortable gaze towards your favorite ad-driven streaming service and get ready to make weird noises as you gobble up this 1983 cult classic slasher horror film like a midnight snack of off-brand candy bars that you didn't even know existed before this week. Happy Halloween! Anywho. Hey, you guys want to head up to the roof of our shoddily assembled camp shack and play a rousing game of rooftop water balloon fight and try not to die? I'm on Team Skins. That means you take off your shirt for all the world to see and pray to the lake gods that you don't slip and fall to your death. Oh, look, it's that one girl who nobody likes, but some of us still want to sleep with, because hormones and puberty, the real villain of this movie. Later, death. Hey, Randy, how come you never take showers when the rest of us do? No.
Oh, my gosh, dude. All right, off to a good start so far. We also have with us joining us, Randy. I am just going to say this here. This camp really sucks, and I'd hitch a ride home ASAP, Jordan.
Aloha, Scott, Brian. All right, campers, gather round. My name's Ronald, or some other 80s name that applies to a 31-year-old playing a 16-year-old. And I'll be your bunk leader here at beautiful Camp Arawak. That's right, the sun is shining, the lake is sparkling, and the homicidal tension is honestly not as tensiony as you'd think. Most everyone is awkward except for the mute girl and the pedophile cook, who are the most honest characterizations you'll find at the camp. Other things you'll find at the camp include cut-off shirts for the boys who will move to San Francisco later, a barber who styles everyone's hair so that they never once look like they're sleeping at a camp, and, as Dunaway just said, creepy, uncomfortable gays, and something called butt-face sit-ups. Oh. You'll be fine as long as you follow my 3 face in the ass crack rules. Number 1, don't stand out. People who are different get sexually assaulted, brutally killed, and otherwise treated like shit. I don't know how to advise you to fit in. This is a tough place to live. Number 2, as soon as you witness something awful, make sure you talk to the boss. If the boss wants to keep you quiet, there's $50 a week in it for you. Woo-hoo. Number 3, hurry up and get laid. Hurry. You're going to die, and everyone else that you want to get laid with is going to die. So hurry. At least third base, guys. Coitus accelerando, dude.
I like that term.
Yeah.
With us finally, we have Brian, one of those camp counselors never skips chest day ibit.
Ooh. That's for sure. I know exactly which one. Don't they make shirts in any in your size, sir? Well, it wouldn't be a film sack without an opening song, now would it?
Nope.
This one, comes from a musical that I think we all hold dear in our hearts called the Flower Drum Song. But you probably know this song better for what it actually is and what it's used for. Let's go ahead.
And
I love the music came back.
It's great.
Yeah.
So
Because
musical.
that's the next scene. It's like you hear an
I
actor
love
go, "Hey, what are you doing?" Oh, I can hear the stage
Exactly.
play.
Great, a little, yes, exactly.
I
So
never,
perfect.
until this moment in my life, I never once associated Flower Drum Song with Mulan. And I know the song. The song is originally called "I Enjoy Being a Girl," and
Yes.
I never once put those together in my mind until now.
Amazing.
That's awesome. That was great. Holy crap. You guys, you might be wondering, you're sitting there at home saying, what the hell movie are they talking about?
What the hell movie is it?
Yeah. And we haven't said the name yet. So we're gonna let Fake Fletcher do it, and there's stuff in here. Check it out.
On this week's Film Sack podcast, Scott got busy and did not have time to get the community to voice this. So instead, here is some AI slop regarding Sleepaway Camp. Bunks and showers are a mad stabber's beat at a summer camp strictly for teens. Will anyone survive? Tune in and find out now.
Oh, shit. All right.
Oh, wow. I want to
Okay.
watch that.
I can't let this go. Were you actually considering other Rodgers and Hammerstein songs, or like was it just,
Right.
was this like the only
That was
thing?
the only Rodgers and Hammerstein song I was considering. The other song I was wrestling with was "Just a Girl" by No Doubt. But
Sure.
Oh, that'd
here's
be
why.
good.
Oh, and Angie by the Rolling Stones was the other one.
Right.
And the reason I didn't do either of the other two were because of a sensitivity issue. I'm sure we'll get into this because
Right, yes.
it is a very, there's a way that this film could be viewed as.
It could be a weapon, or it
could be a weapon.
a tool.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Depends on if you feel like Angela's the villain or really Mother Martha is their Aunt Martha is the villain.
Well, I mean,
What made you say that
I'm
name?
sorry, but like same story for Flower Drum Song, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that is the lost Rodgers and Hammerstein musical because of the way that our attitudes about the Chinese changed.
And when I say, we all hold Flower Drum Song near and dear to our hearts, the only thing I know about Flower Drum Song, Brady, is that song.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know that song. I don't know nothing.
Have you not heard that?
No,
They used
never
that
even
for a
heard it.
commercial.
Love that song.
There was some popular commercial a few
yeah.
years ago that showed
It was like for
women
tampons or something.
maybe it was,
Yeah.
but it was like, women boxing and
Yeah.
Yeah.
doing, non-traditional or what you would not associate gender stereotypes to
Gender
be, and they played
norms
that
at the
music,
time.
gender norms,
Right.
and that music was the background of
Was
that.
it? It was like a Midol commercial or something. Like
Was it? It was something like,
And-
cramps or who knows, yeah.
Right.
and Flower Drum Song.
So is it basically Mulan? Is it like
No. It was written by a Chinese author originally. It's based on a book, and then the way that everybody treated the book, the way Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical treats the book, the way they made a movie, and then later on, like it becomes the interest of people like Roseanne Barr. And it's like
Okay.
it was a Chinese story that was Americanized.
Okay.
And it doesn't work now. Like I'm sure in the 1960s it was, perfectly entertaining.
Yeah.
I don't know why I don't have any reference for it. It doesn't even sound familiar. It sounds like a show tune. It sounds like a Rodgers and
It is,
Hammerstein
yeah.
show
Okay,
tune.
that's
so
And that's all we needed.
Sarah Jessica
because-
Parker covered it for a Gap commercial in 2005.
Gap,
Roseanne Barr
okay.
released an album called "I Enjoy Being a Girl" in 1990, covering its song as the last track. The Muppet Show, Cheryl Ladd and Miss Piggy.
Oh,
Right.
that might be what I remember it the
Right.
most from. So I was thinking, when did I get exposed to this?
And the Muppets, at one
Muppets.
time or another, they sing every R&H song. Like
Yeah,
at
yeah.
one time or another.
Right.
Well, yeah, it's required. You have to.
But I still think there is another. It doesn't list it here, but there is another commercial. I totally know what we're talking about, Randy. That featured that song with women doing some non-traditional women things.
Women stuff.
Women things. Kind of like this movie doing
Kinda like this
non-traditional women things.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly,
That's
yes.
right. Women's lib means they're taking our jobs as killers.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I never saw this. This is a Dunaway recommendation. None of us had seen it, I don't think, right?
You are welcome.
You know what's weird though? Here's the thing, Dunaway. I know this movie for one thing and one thing only, and I didn't know I knew it from this until I heard it again. I'm going to play this audio early because this to me is one of the funniest things I ever heard, and I didn't know it came from this shitty movie. So it's this line right here.
Eat shit and die, Ricky.
Eat shit and live, Bill.
I mean, that's
Shit and live, Bill. Okay.
Eat shit and live. It's told with such earnest delivery. Eat shit and live, Bill.
yeah. I absolutely love that line, and I heard it somewhere just randomly, like on a I don't know TikTok or something. And I captured it months and months and months ago. So I was like, that's really funny. I have no idea where it came from, and then just let it go. Here it is.
Ricky.
Suddenly out of nowhere, it just jumps out of the screen at me and hits me in the face and says, you know this line. Now, I didn't know the rest of the movie was so bad, but at least it had that.
It
right?
is this. So I struggled with this movie for years. So I saw this movie a long time ago. And even then I recognized the low budget quality of the film, and there was things that bothered me, but also things that felt like this movie was kind of hitting above its weight class in some ways, especially in some of the topics that were approached. So yeah,
and I would argue special effects I think are pretty good when they do it right.
I think the special effects are amazing. And that final scene, it's spoiler. If you haven't seen this movie, I'm going to tell you to stop listening now and go if you haven't already been spoiled yet.
I actually want to.
The ending is amazing.
Can I please add something to that? And that is, you don't have to watch this movie.
No, not at all.
There are there. I mean, the story. It's intended to be a typical horror movie where there's a killer, and the killer is enacting karma, like karmic punishments on people, and you don't really get you don't really get a sense of the killer except the karma. Like there's no you know what I mean, like you're not given really any clues as to who's doing this. Like it could just be Jason from coming in from out of the woods,
right?
For all you know.
Exactly.
This is This was criticized heavily for being too much like Friday the 13th at the time.
And the thing is, in the end, what you find out in the end is so unnecessarily. It's not a mystery that you get a good resolution to.
Right.
It's actually, it feels like someone was late and needed to turn in a paper and wrote an ending. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's one of the rare movies I would say, like, you're probably better off not watching this movie. You'll live a happier life, you know?
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like this feels like it fills an old ancient hole. Like a thing I should have seen as a kid and been like freaked out on HBO with my friends and then talked about it at school the next day, and it would have felt like forbidden fruit, and now we'd laugh at it because it's shitty, but I feel like I missed out on
It's a reference. So yeah, the reason why I watched it, I didn't like watch it back and like when it originally was released.
83.
No,
yeah.
I watched it because I had friends who, like, this movie is full of pranks, and they thought it would be funny if I watched this, and I was also shocked by the ending. Right? It didn't shock me as much, but it really made me think, wow, okay, I didn't see where this was headed. How did I miss it? But then once you know the cultural context of this movie, I think it helps you if you're into popular culture and films and stuff. I think is a movie that you do want to watch so you can understand those references.
Let's consider an all-time horror classic, right?
Classic,
yes, cult classic. Yeah, yeah.
But the fact that it is done as a twist ending is probably to its detriment, and certainly why there's so much controversy about it, because it implies that she's the killer because she's transgender,
that's a bad
because
thing.
She's been forced to live as a girl, even though.
And that's the big difference. You could easily form this as a weapon, but the real big difference is the fact that the character is forced to take on a gender that is not their own, as opposed to, a natural,
Right.
want,
this is
desire.
who I am as a person.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As opposed to being pushed into it.
Now the
along the way,
yeah.
along the way, there are other very highly uncomfortable and unnecessary things.
This whole movie is supposed to be uncomfortable, right?
But like very early in the movie, we get the depiction of an out and out pedophile as a like funny guy, where you're like, oh, this is a horror movie. He's going to get his, and like it is not portrayed anywhere near as fun as I just described it. It is just icky and gross.
Well, it's icky and gross, but it's also my biggest beef with that guy with the Artie, is who we're talking about, is that it's so unceremoniously pedophilia. It's just like he's just having a time, man. Here I am at another camp and woo, and more kids coming in, Yahoo, and all the other people are like kind of encouraging him. He's just It's just dumb.
If he had always been as overt as he was on day one of this camp, he would have been caught years ago.
Yeah. So that's what's funny about it. Yeah. So what's weird about this film is especially that part. That part actually stuck with me more because it touched more of my own personal damages and things, and going, okay, I've been around people like this who you see and have said stuff like some of the things he was saying. Back in the day, I've heard people talk like this that were a little bit older than us. And at the time I was too young to understand, the depths of the depravity or what it could have been. It just more felt like I'm uncomfortable and I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable, but this is really weird. And it felt real authentic to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. But a movie needs to be entertaining. And like when you reach a certain level of uncomfortability, you're not entertained at all. You're just uncomfortable.
And there is an art. There is an art to making you feel uncomfortable in movies. I don't know if this is a good example of it or not, but there's an art to that. And I think maybe a better example is about 9 years later, you'd get that. What's the movie where the guy who played Ra in Stargate? The whole movie, you thought it was a woman. At the end, it's
the Crying Game.
Crying Game. Gosh dang it! I couldn't think of it.
Yeah.
That was meant to be shocking. It was meant to be thought provoking. It was meant to be very uncomfortable at a time where we're not really grappling very well with this concept. Even things were a lot different back then, and I feel like that movie understood the assignment. This one said, "What if we took all of the tropes about slasher movies and teens in the camp all trying to have sex with each other?" Basically that template, but we'll insert this one thing,
emotional scarring,
right? Yeah. It's a weird mix, and that's what I think is so discordant about it. Is the whole thing just feels like it's like watching Meatballs, except it's not a comedy,
right?
Yeah,
and then suddenly it's like, oh, what does this thing at the end mean, and why? Blah blah blah. And the guy who's just the pervert. Like I remember, what's the movie we all saw? Dazed and Confused. The McConaughey character. They all keep getting younger. I keep staying the same age, or whatever he says.
Other way around.
Other way around. Yeah. but Dunaway's right. We've all known these creeps, right? These guys. The problem with this guy is he's just a cartoon version of that.
He is.
He's just like, hey, young kids, I love them young kids. First thing I'm going to do is lure them into the food room and take my wiener out. Like it's just like,
and so this is kind of. I didn't see it as needing to be entertaining. I needed it to be a point of seriousness. So you'll have in movies lots of times you'll kill one character to impart the feeling, like red shirts in Star Trek. You kill the red shirt because you need for us to understand, because on part of it we're like
stakes.
Because there's a real risk here. There's a real danger, and they take care of it.
That's the opposite of a horror movie, right? Look, red shirts in Star Trek are not dying due to any sort of karma. It's the opposite.
Oh, but the impact of it saying, hey, look, this is a real dangerous situation. There are real horrors in this universe, and they're not all funny. And we're going to get to the weirdness in a little bit, but
I would say
there's real horrors.
Yeah,
I would say then you want to compare it to something like Game of Thrones, where you make the audience know a character and like a character,
right?
And then you kill them off to get
So a multi-million-dollar
yes, that's the
project
thing, like,
versus the some guy who's never directed.
No, it's important. It's important that you have that context. Like this is like a guy with his pet project. He's got no money.
Right.
He used his mother's inheritance. His mother died. He uses the inheritance, what little there was. Did the little thing at the top of the movie where it said, "My mom dedicated my mom. She's a real doer.
She's a doer.
Yeah.
She's a doer."
That is a certain generation's thing to say. By the way,
his name is Robert Hiltzik.
Yeah.
Arguably, it belongs in that like bottom 5 filmmakers that we've ever seen on Film Sack.
Yeah, I think he's only ever done Sleepaway. I don't think he's ever done any.
Well, there's other projects, but they're all Sleepaway projects. So and they're all shit. Yeah. They're all just absolute 2.5.
I think he's just getting credited in the later ones for having created the first one. Yeah. He only directed
characters created by or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he directed 2 movies ever. Sleepaway Camp 1 and Sleepaway Camp 5.
And he wrote this one too, and he is heavily involved, if not completely involved, with the new one that is supposed to be coming out in the middle of production.
Oh, it's the one that Kenan Thompson bought the rights for. Or something?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Was he also responsible for cutting the electrical tape into a mustache shape?
I love it. Now, that mustache later on, the police officer who shows up, I'm assuming that if you really watch the film really closely, I bet he's in that camp somewhere, because I feel like they were like, we need an actor, but we've already showed him in the film.
Right,
what can we do? We need to throw a mustache on him so no one will recognize him.
I think that's not only possible, but likely. Probably.
Very likely.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a sorry for the pun, but there's a campy quality to the whole thing. It's clearly on a low budget. Nobody makes any money on this thing. The guy that gets to play Mel is 61 years old and dies the same year this thing's made, because he had lung cancer during the filming of this and was like stage 4, ready to check out.
And I've seen him in other places too. He had been a TV guy.
Yeah, a lot of TV stuff, guest stars and junk like that. But that's about as much star power as you're allowed here. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And the rest of it is just like people are, the crew's guy holding cameras, got a daughter. She looks about 15. So I guess have her run from the bus, It's that kind of production. And if you know that going in, this is why it's so weird and so, I think, iconic for so many people. After finally seeing it now, I think I get it. It's just this, it's trash, and then more trash, and then a little bit more trash, and then this thing where they're trying to tell you something at the end that's like supposed to be a deep, meaningful thing about manipulation and gender and all this. And it doesn't belong here. It's just like, what are you doing in here? And I think that's
what
why.
What are you doing in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did it surprise everybody? Because it did me. I didn't see it coming.
Right.
Oh, no, it completely surprised me.
Yeah. So I guess to their credit, good job. You surprised me. I don't know. I don't know what to
with
get.
The thing with the was that, as Randy said, with a mystery that I wasn't even wanting to need solved. Yeah.
I didn't need that at all. And they also had a way of making you forget how incongruous the timeline is, because there's no way that girl who turns out to be a boy down on the beach with the head in her lap of the kid who drove me apeshit.
Paul.
Yeah, Paul sucks. He's not like the nicest guy at camp, but he still sucked ass. I just didn't like him.
Right.
But anyway, she's sitting there. She's got his head. She's singing the worst song ever, whatever that meaningless little hum she's doing. Head rolls. She stands up. Big reveal. All of that. And my brain, part of it was going, no, don't get distracted by this weird reveal. Figure out how she somehow managed to kill the last 3 people and be down here on the beach naked with a head in her lap.
Right. Yeah. And the way the movie depicts that is also offensive, which is to say, every one of the killings, you're supposed to realize at the end, you're supposed to have this great big aha moment, like it's a Shyamalan film, where you realize, I actually never saw those killings. I saw a shadow on the wall. I saw a person's hands, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
And actually, like, it doesn't work as a big moment. It's just like, you're like, oh, well, that's just cheap. They just cheaped out. They didn't have a way to show, because you find out they actually do. When the camp manager gets killed, they show it to you straight up. Like you get to see it.
But when you're a kid in
like,
the 80s, you're an 80s kid, this shit is like, whoa. Because we don't know any. We're immature. We don't know shit about nothing. And so when we see this and we're like, that girl, like the gif of the guy who goes, "That's a penis," you know,
he's a boy.
Yeah, and
he's a boy.
And the fact that that's the only way they could think of to like portray this moment. Like I got questions about that director and where it came from.
Yeah,
that shot though is so long, and
it
is just
too long.
And it's just like, it's like, will this scene ever end? And they're so long, you start listening to the sounds of it, and you're like, what the hell is going on?
And she's making and everything. Yeah, it's a shocking scene. No argument at all. Like you know,
and it's not because of a penis. It's because of that.
Partly. It's because of that look, that mask that she's wearing, or the mask that the college student that they hired to
the crying
a bunch
college
of beers,
student,
shave himself down, drink a bunch of beers, and then stand there with a plastic Angela mask on his face.
Yeah. We need you to wear the mask of a 14-year-old girl that's been basically taxidermied. And then you're going to stand there naked at the cold lake side, and
this is one of the
shoot it.
It's one of the controversies about the movie, right? That the girl who portrayed her was 13. Rose. She was only 13 at the time, and at the time she couldn't even see her own movie in theaters, technically.
Right.
And I don't
sneak in.
Yeah, I don't think that was like a accepted practice. You would try to get, like, most of the kids in this thing are older. Some seem young, but most of them are older, and like the guy with the shirt that barely goes down past his neck, you're like, oh, you're supposed to be in high school, are you? Okay, cool. Although he confused me because every once in a while he seemed like he was in charge of shit, and then sometimes he seemed like he wasn't in charge of things. Not the guy with the huge pecs, but the baseball pitcher kid.
Right.
Yeah. He was just he was like a senior, or something.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I think it was supposed to be.
The movie didn't outline people making this movie didn't outline who the characters were. And like it never occurred to them that the viewer might want to know, okay, so who are the counselors and how old are they? Who are the attendees and how old are they? Like you spend the whole movie wondering what in the world is this mix of young people, and the movie never tells you because honestly. The guy who made this movie, like, check his hard drive. It's that kind of movie. You know what I mean? It's that kind of movie where you can't stop thinking about the person who made this has something really wrong with their brain.
Right.
You know?
Well, plus this was filmed at the camp that he had went to as a kid.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, So you got to think that would be really tough to remember to get all of your shots and to tell all the story, because the story's already built in his head, right? He's got a huge memory that he's kind of mixing in together with fiction, and that would be really hard to make sure that you get everything across.
There was well, I'll give you, there was one thing in this whole movie that really interested me, and that was the depiction of every possible camp activity that would happen at a summer camp.
Yeah.
Every possible summer camp activity is depicted in the various scenes, and it's almost like the outline of the movie was we need a baseball scene, we need a bow and arrow and an arrow target scene, and so on, and so we need a capture the flag scene, because you go to sleepaway camp, you play capture the flag, like while people are dying, you get a capture
I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to ask the group here. I never went to a camp quite like this as a kid. We went to camps, but they weren't co-ed, and it was mostly scout camps, I guess. And there were places that were like this where you had canoeing and fishing, but we didn't play baseball, and we didn't have a place that had phones and shit in it. It was always like super out there. So did anybody, it sounds like Ibbott, no. Anybody else go?
I never went to a single sleepaway camp. Kind of no camp experience ever for me.
No fan camp? No fat camp. I think there was just sent me to.
Or fant camp.
Or fant camp.
Fanta camp.
Fant camp.
Back when I would have been the right age, I was skinny. I was a skinny guy.
You were like me. We were a couple of sticks. Yeah. Did you? Was it because you just didn't want to go, or there just was never one to go to?
Never was one to go to. The closest thing for me was outdoor lab. I don't know if you guys had outdoor lab in elementary school, but 6th grade for 1 week, part of your school thing is you go up to the mountains to a bunch of cabins and do kind of that camp experience. You learn about nature and do walks and hikes and have a talent show at the end, that sort of thing. That is the closest thing I got to a camp experience, but it was,
kind
part
of day
school,
camp,
part
like
of,
go out there and you're home the same day and there's no sleeping.
except this one you weren't. You slept like this was 5 days. You went up there
away camp.
You went. I mean, it kind of was, but you went up there on Monday. You came back on Friday. You were up there for the whole week, and it was part of school. So I don't really call it a camp experience, but I guess it was.
Sort of
that sort of thing, right? We had the bunks and that sort of thing.
Did I know, Randy? You were in a scout, or you were in scouts like I was. Did you do a lot of that sort of thing?
Absolutely. I'm an Eagle Scout and Vigil Honor member of the Order of the Arrow, and that means I spent a lot of time at Boy Scout camps, like a lot. I probably spent a total of 50 weeks across my adolescence.
Wow,
at Boy Scout camps. And Boy Scout camps, it's all boys, which I later started calling bi-curious camps because I also went to some co-ed camps as a sort of like a church thing. I grew up in the Methodist church, and there were all kinds of church camps all around the place. Like, churches were always kind of competing for campers during the summer. Like, they were set up to take you off your parents' hands while you were out of school. Right. And several co-ed camps that I went to where they would have these huge bunk rooms, massive bunk rooms, like the size of a barn. And there would be one for the girls and one for the boys. They were always set up on opposite sides of the camp.
That's right.
So the counselors could sit in the middle all night.
That's right.
Was the stereotypic like all the counselors are also teenagers thing? Was that a deal?
Well, there's a lot of ways to do it, right? But like the main way I remember is that the most important thing is the age of the campers being the same. So you would have a sleepaway camp that was run by a church for 13 to 15 year olds.
Right.
And then a different week for the 16, 17 year olds.
Oh, okay.
And
so mix it like that.
That was really, really important. And it was important that you had 16, 17 year olds acting as counselors for the 13 to 15 year olds. Because once you turn 18, you're an adult, and that is different. Right. And so like there would also
then you're in the kitchen and your name is Artie. Yeah.
But like, like I say, the basics of this movie, where you have kids coming to think, like that is what I was questioning from the start, because it felt to me like we were going all the way down to 13 and mixing them with all the way up to 17, and then we had counselors who were under 18 and over 18. And that's all super mixy. It's too much. I can't keep it straight.
Do you think that you didn't meet Mel, our camp director owner guy? He doesn't make good decisions. He was going to stick with me.
I get it. I get that the weirdness of it all comes from the fact that this place has been wildly mismanaged, but that's not told in the movie. We just like jump right into the action of this is a terrible place to send your kid. Don't do that.
We assume poor management just because it looks like shit. The guy's smoking in front of everybody. It looks like everything's kind of garbage. He's just there to make money. Like they do kind of tell us that, but it's not told.
Darth
overtly.
Vader's dad is in the kitchen, so I mean,
okay. Can we talk about that?
Yeah,
can we talk about Robert Earl Jones? That is his dad.
The famous
Earl Jones' dad.
How in the frick is he in this? Number one. Number two, it's not like this is what he did for a living. He's in The Sting. He's in a whole bunch of like proper big movies. James Earl Jones's dad. Why the F is he slumming in this?
Why is he just hanging out? I don't know. He was in Witness, much better there, but why not? Sleepaway Camp. I guess he had some bills to pay, and Mel's willing to pay him an extra $50 a week.
I guess so. All that Vader money hadn't kicked in for his son yet. Can't really retire on that yet.
Yeah. As an actor, he was a bit player for a few movies, and then he kind of is not an actor for a while. Then his son gets famous, and he goes back to, appearing as a bit role in different movies. He's a bit role in this movie. I didn't really think. I don't know. there's a lot of things that are unnecessary in this movie. Robert Earl Jones, I'm not gonna quibble. Like he's a guy in the kitchen. Like who cares?
He's a guy in the kitchen.
Yeah. He's fine and he does the job. He looks eerily like his son, so it kind of kept
He
throwing
does,
me.
and it was the voice at first. I'm like, wait a minute,
voice got
I
me.
got to look and see, and it's like, somebody Earl Jones. Yeah, it's absolutely.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
But
If there was any question when you looked at his name, you're like, his name has literally got an Earl and a Jones in it. I wonder who he's related to.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to look that part up. Now, Scott had mentioned at the top of the movie, because he played the clip where Aunt Martha is talking to the kids and sending them off. And I had questioned that part many times when I've watched in the past, but I think I kind of have a theory on why that scene was like it was. It feels very stage actory.
Give it.
So yeah,
I think it just feels bad. I feel like the acting is bad, the directing is bad.
No, I feel like it was.
I really like. I realize that there's an attempt, at least, to make this character, this older woman, feel like she is the driver of things. You know, like she's the real villain here. But they didn't get an actor who could pull it off. They just got an actor who sounds
she's not
like
even an actor. She was
Desiree Gould, and
she was she was a realtor, right? And then someone
right. So
yeah.
So the way. So I think what happened is, and this is just all Brian's theory, when they were getting all the shots for this, she's mostly only appears in that one scene and a bunch of flashback scenes. The flashback scenes were intentionally meant to be kind of soap opera stage looking flashbacks. The style, for whatever reason, they chose to go that way.
The weird choice, but yeah,
it was very staged.
Yeah.
So I guess it was to indicate that this is a memory or whatever. And I think that the part that we show at the beginning was actually supposed to be part of a memory, but I think they decided they needed some explanation up top. That's my theory, because otherwise it makes no sense for them to shoot it in such a different way and act it in such a different way.
It totally it throws you off at the beginning because you're wondering, all right, is everybody going to be this exaggerated and weird in their delivery? Yeah. Like, is this, am I getting more of this, or is this just this character? And it turns out just to be
it's really just her.
So,
and if you watch the dream flashback scenes, it looks like other dream flashback scenes from horrors at the time that they kind of they made it kind of stage actory on purpose to make it feel disconnected.
Yeah, and making the house feel like overly like perfect and at least for the
it's
era.
A memory. It's not a reality. Yeah.
Really weird. I don't know. I don't know that it entirely worked. And by the end bit where we get the reveal, that literally felt like somebody on a stage because her sound sounded echoey like a stage play. And it was just that was not great. I didn't like that at all. But she's not not an actress. She's like somebody, a realtor, a friend of the family. She just comes and does it.
I read that she became a realtor after she
gave up on acting.
She's I'm going to become a realtor. I'm going to put in our in Film Sack chat her headshot, her acting headshot, and you should enjoy this a lot. Actually,
I suspect I will.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh, wow.
Oh, geez.
I would see her and I'd be like, no, I'm not buying anything from you. You look like that lady from that film.
Yeah. You look like that horrible actor I saw in this movie I watched once.
Right.
The thing with her though is like, I know what they were going for there. It's just really, it didn't work.
I didn't. The whole
at first I thought it was Mary Gross because it felt like a Mary Gross SNL character. Like, well, this and this, and I'm going to do this. See,
okay, yeah.
So he was. So the filmmakers were trying to solve problems, and it felt like they were trying to solve or stave off any question of something that was very common of the time. You can't go to camp without having a physical. And how would that person be, a gender other than, what they're supposed to be? And so it's kind of like almost saying, well, she's a doctor. That's how it all got about. I'm like, no one was asking that, man.
No.
You didn't have to, no one was wondering or curious. We've hand waved enough. We don't need this part.
No, you didn't need to. Yeah, he didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like a Rosemary's Baby kind of thing, or like I don't know, the crazy mom from they're all gonna laugh laugh at you. That thing.
Yeah, there's a Norman Bates. You could draw a bunch of parallels to Norman Bates, and Norman Bates dressing up as his mother and committing the murders and things like that. It doesn't do anybody any favors if you do that.
Yeah.
But there is that Norma Bates, or I think that isn't that what they decided his
Norma?
mom's name
I think
was?
so. Yeah,
Norma?
which was dumb, by the way. I hated
Later.
her.
Yeah.
But I think that's right.
Your mom's name is Norma too.
Right.
Yeah.
Why did you say that name?
Having her being
Why'd
a
you say
very
that?
controlling and very restrictive mother that kind of caused the child to
The trauma.
Vent out in non-productive ways.
Yeah.
Right.
You can kind of draw the parallel there, and
That's kind of. I'm watching. I just started it, but I saw the first episode of that new season of Monster, the Ed Gein story. On
Oh yeah,
Netflix.
that Gein. We just started watching that too. Yeah, which all of our stuff is based on, right? It's like, Ed Gein.
It feels like Ed Gein's like the OG of every creepy
He's the
concept.
Yeah.
Most of our stories are written.
Yeah.
like
serial
Leatherface
killers
is
are
based on
Yeah.
him, and Psycho is based on him.
But I'll tell you what, if you're looking for the mother who basically is at least part of, if not the entire cause of somebody's psychosis,
Right.
she's killing it.
Look no further than
yeah.
Aunt Martha. By the way, Desiree Gould, brief guest roles prior to Sleepaway Camp. Brief guest roles in One Life to Live, The Edge of Night, and Love of Life. All
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
daytime soap operas, and now it all makes sense.
Yeah, well done.
Exactly.
Well done. Yep, that's a career you can be proud of. You can hang your hat on that. Yeah, I don't know, man. She just threw me, and every time she came back, well, she only was on there twice, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was enough to make me not want to see her a third time. How about that?
Yeah, we're talking about we're talking about tropes. Like this entire discussion is about tropes.
Yeah.
Because the,
Yeah.
Trope.
Down.
the film is just like that's all it's got. Right? Like
Yeah.
it is
pile of tropes.
it is a person who has never made a movie before and honestly doesn't know what to do, just kind of grasping at all of the different things they've seen in other movies and maybe heard that other people do to make movies. And so like you just end up with this pile of tropes. Like one of them for Aunt Martha is Cloud Cuckoo Lander. And I don't know if you've ever heard this trope, but like
No.
it's a Cloud Cuckoo Lander is a person whose head is in the clouds, just who's like they are outside and above all of this. And they're usually usually the better versions of this trope. They aren't like malicious. They aren't the villain. They're a person that's just kind of like off on their own designs and like I say, up above everybody else. But in this movie, you have the Cloud Cuckoo Lander villain.
Yeah.
And like you have to do a lot more explaining for this to work. This doesn't work.
Yeah,
you know?
but here's the one piece of credit I'll give them because the reveal did this to me. I knew from minute one who the killer was going to be. I knew it was going to be her.
Yeah.
That was never an issue.
Because she was mute.
Because she was mute, but
she
also
comes to camp mute. It has to be
For
her.
the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Typically, everybody that dies has been wronged or has wronged her.
Yeah,
Typically.
directly, right? Like she walked in on,
Right.
she walked in on her boyfriend kissing the disgusting Judy, freaking Judy.
Judy,
Come
and
on,
her-
I can't
her
believe
little
Judy.
Her snarling
Judy.
talk.
Cannot
Judy
stand her.
Hey,
Judy
Angela.
meant the most unfortunate implied death of the whole film.
Yeah.
Hurling iron up the hoo-ha.
I mean,
Yeah.
the bee one would have been worse if there were actual bees in the scene. They had them in the aftermath, but in the actual attack in the bathroom, there are no bees in there. Just shaking an empty nest.
Yeah.
Come on now. Stupid.
And that's a perfect example of how this movie
Poor
doesn't.
Kenny.
This movie doesn't intend to show you anything. Like it's really trying to make you feel something rather than make you see something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like it's really really bad at that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, again, that's the only credit I can really give it though, because knowing she was the killer, that was one thing. Then the twist on top of that was a whole other movie. Like that's why that's so discordant. Cause it's like, no, that's a story from a whole other hour and a half exposition about a character. And you threw it in here in the last 2.5 minutes. And that is a cheap. How do I put this? If I'd have seen this as a kid, I would have been whoa. I see it. I see it now, and I go, cheap trick. Nice job.
Right, because like so for instance, the trope of the Alfred Hitchcock trope, nothing is scarier, right? Nothing is scarier than what your mind is going to make up when you're not seeing what's happening. So we're not shown what in the world is going on with the curling iron when Judy dies. Yeah, and that's supposed to be really, really scary, but it's not. It's stupid. It doesn't. There's nothing scary going on there. Like, and so like this film tries that again and again, right? So like. There's so many people who are killed off screen, and we don't know how how they got where they are, how they got killed, or anything about the person doing it, and that's just not Hitchcockian. It's just bad.
Yeah, it's bad Cockian. Here's the thing about this. Here's the thing though. This guy's like 22 when he makes this movie. He's young when he makes this.
What does he know about the world?
Born in like
everything
55 or something.
I'm serious. Everything is a trope.
Like I think that's the point, Dunaway, is the kind of point I'm making is that it's kind of a miracle the thing gets made or even has cult status. And clearly the fact that he had nothing else in him after this that was meaningful.
I think that what works, and I know this is stupid, he really does capture the just the over the topness of the meanness of being an adolescent, except and then having the opposite of Jonathan Tiersten's character Ricky, her cousin who comes to her rescue all the time, who we think possibly could also be the murderer. I think he does a great job.
He's pretty good.
Right. If you kind of like wade through the garbage of this movie, there are characters that are interesting, like Ronnie. Ronnie is this Ronnie is this bi-curious counselor dude. He is very muscular, right?
Oh, gotcha. That's who Ronnie is. Okay, yes.
Ronnie is very muscular.
You'd be forgiven to forget which one.
But he's so
Stu McGee. Yeah,
he's so kind though. He has such a kindness to him.
When we meet him, the mute girl has just showed up at camp and she isn't eating. And he like takes her by the hand and tries to help
the
her
monster.
Right, we're sure he doesn't know that though.
Yeah, he doesn't know that. Yeah,
and so like there's just a little kernel of something that could have been an entertaining movie in all of the Ronnie stuff.
Sure,
yeah. But it's like you don't get to enjoy that.
Well, let me tell you something, Randy. If you feel like this one whiffed, you got like 4 more chances because there's 4 more sleepaway camps. Maybe they'll get it right before it's over.
How many have you seen, Dunaway?
I've seen the second one. I don't think I went any
only
further.
2. Okay.
Yeah, I've only seen the 2. I mean, I'm like some kind of sleepaway camp freak. I just remember it being, like, oh yeah, this is something that is culturally significant because everyone who sees it wants to have a conversation about it, and that's why it's significant.
Gotcha.
Whether that's good or bad or whatever, it sparked conversation, and that to me is a really valid art.
It's one thing I came away with is this feeling that some podcast has talked about this movie before. You know what I mean? Like someplace there are bearded guys in their little studio just going on about
There's
this.
probably a multi-episode podcast just dedicated to this series.
Yeah, and they call it Sleepaway Pod or some shit like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Tales from the camp or something like that. Campfire stories.
Welcome back to Sleepaway Cast.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Where are they now? This week we got Felicia Rose here with us today. We're going to talk about that iconic scene.
You know what? She's still working more than
she's and doing going to cons and stuff, and like she's embraced this as being really cheeseball, and she's fine for all of it.
I think it's great. I think if you're gonna do a thing like this, just don't Captain Kirk it and try to avoid it for the rest of your career. Just let it wash over you.
Know that this is going to be the thing you're known for, and you'll do other things, but this is kind of what you've got to bank on.
And people will pay you, $40 to sign a photo.
Sign a photo and make that face.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
And make that horrendous face. Oh my gosh, that face.
I really did like the framing. I really liked the thing that I felt like that was the strongest was this all the shots with Angela and how they would shoot her like just above, and this movie did not shy away from. Are we sticking too long on this scene? They didn't shy away from that. We're gonna stick with it. We're gonna sit here.
We're gonna roll the credits over it. Are you kidding me? It's like we're so we spent a lot of money on this mask. We are using it.
Yeah.
We don't do that in films anymore. We're so afraid to linger on stuff in lots of movies. It feels like fast cuts are just like almost like a cheat. And so
it is discordant.
Kind of films.
Yeah. It's discordant.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because we could be in a different timeline where this guy went on to be like one of the big horror names of all time.
Right.
He could have been who did evil Spider-Man eventually, but he did
Raimi.
Yeah,
Raimi.
you could be the next Sam Raimi or one of these guys that are just legendary horror directors. But he had one shot in the chamber, and it's all he's got. That's it.
Well, yeah, and so this is one of the reasons why I love low budget films and have such a passion for them, is because I love how they solve problems. If you have all the money in the world, I usually don't find it too interesting in how they solve a problem in a film, unless it's like, I don't know. It just takes away a lot of creativity. It's like, okay, we need this to happen and this to happen. Well, how do we do that? Well, we got a CGI budget like nobody's business. We'll just show them exactly what's going on. And here you have to make all these weird creative decisions, and sometimes they fail spectacularly, and sometimes it's like, well, that wasn't bad. That was actually a pretty good
that
solution.
one kind of worked, and
for that problem. So
I like that too. I don't know if this movie would be my favorite example of that, but it is something I like.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But there is that scene at the end with her face screaming because it is stuck. It's not a real face, but it is.
Right.
He went with a realistic face put on somebody instead of going with what we did a lot of, which is just latex, and that morphs and it doesn't look right. That looked like, I would have today. You would just superimpose it.
Sure.
Or something, but here they use a practical effect, and it looks really good. It looks like her face.
Do you think that dude really had a snake crawl out of his mouth the first killing, the canoe killing?
That was a head as well. I think
that looked really, really good.
It looked really good.
I was
look really good.
Shocked by that. I don't know. So that's one of the questions I had is did whoever helped with these effects, did maybe they go on to greater success? Because my gosh, dude,
they did really good.
That was really good. And I thought the girl with the slice up her back, that was dumb.
That was stupid.
That didn't work.
Meg.
That didn't work
I
at all.
love Catherine Kami or whoever she is.
Yeah.
She's been in a couple of other horror flicks that I've seen too, and she's a mean girl. She's good at mean girl.
She's good at mean girls in this. Yeah. Okay.
Fine. Yeah. She's okay. I just didn't think her death made no sense to me. You just sitting there going,
right, she just kind of sat there, right? Yeah. And like, oh, now it hurts, but now it doesn't. Nope, hurts again. Nope, now it hurts.
Go lower,
again.
go lower. Too low,
too much. All the way down, huh? All the way down. All right. Now this Karen Fields girl who played our Judy.
Yeah.
God, I don't know. She did such a great job that I hated her so much. I didn't want to see her on screen anymore.
Well, she was like 45 years old, and it was hard.
Either she's great or not. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
This is the example of the trope of an older adult playing a teenager, and I just I don't know. I couldn't stop noticing the wrinkles on her neck or whatever. You know what I mean? I couldn't enjoy.
So you weren't buying that
character.
Ricky and her were a thing the previous summer? You're not buying that? All right.
No. Well, no, that was Judy, right? That was the
Judy. Yeah, I'm sorry, Judy, and
yeah, Judy was the one with the other friend going. She's got
Judy was the big
boobs this year or whatever.
Yeah.
Freaking Paul. I don't even want to talk about Paul. You know why Paul?
Do we know what her actual age was? I'm looking to see if it's in her bio.
I'm trying to figure it out.
She's only got Sleepaway Camp and then a 2014 short just called Judy about the character. I guess
she's milking it. I don't blame her. I would too.
You gotta milk it.
Judy's back.
Well, imagine being the not Chester. What was his name? The guy the pedo in the beginning. I forgot. Artie. This is all that guy ever made. Owen Hughes is his name. His IMDb photo is him with the burns on his face. And this is it.
That's because he was an actual pedophile they put in the movie, and they took care of him right there on screen.
I can't imagine anything worse than your single credit in all of history of film is you were a disgusting pedophile for 5 minutes, and now he's alive still. He's walking around going, hey.
He's alive still.
He's still walking around, that guy, that actor.
Yeah. I bet he gets a $5 check every 6 months.
Probably.
For residuals.
Is that how that works? I don't even know how it works with these things.
It could be if the contract was signed.
Okay. So like if you've got a decent contract and something like, I don't know, Amazon Freebie or whatever shows it, you should get a piece of that, I guess.
Yeah, like I said, it's all according to what your contract and what the state of the state of acting was at the time.
Honey, what'd you get in the mail today? Oh, it's another $6 check from my pedophile role I played in the 80s. Like,
how could it be that much? Like, how could this movie make any money? After
It did well at the time, right? It made like a ton of money compared to its budget.
Yeah, like $11 million against $300,000.
$300 is what it cost to make the movie.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Ibbett pointed it out yesterday on our Discord that it was $300,000, and I cannot believe that's how much this cost.
Yeah.
No, Dunaway put that in there. I said, I can't believe. Yeah, I basically said the same thing. I can't believe they spent $350,000.
What did they spend it on?
Yeah, where did it all go? I feel like it didn't go anywhere. But also, like even today, I think you could make a pretty badass film for under $300,000. So I don't know. I mean, I know we have better tools.
I think you can because technology. You could film it and it'd look way better. Just film it on your freaking phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But at the time, I don't know what cost $300,000. It wasn't location.
I don't know. Special effects. I mean, you got to do a lot of. There's a lot involved in it, and this large of a cast feeding everybody just alone.
Yeah.
Would be outrageous.
Kids are just packing the food too.
Your extras, right? They're costing you at the time something like $20 to $50 a day, and you're just like the money just starts flowing outward.
That's true. You start bleeding it pretty quick, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand how that business works. It's insane to me.
According to an interview on racksandrazors.com with Karen Fields, she was 17 during the film.
Yeah.
What? That does not sound right at all.
People there in the 80s looked all. Those are hair. She had just. Yeah, it was all that hair.
I don't know. That's wild to me. That actually shocks me. I'm blown away by that.
She can easily buy booze for the rest of the cast.
Yeah.
The way she looked.
Trivia said one kid got the kid that was getting picked on with the bum in his face and everything. We may as well get this out of the way. Hold on.
Gross.
Yeah, that has to
That's
be
all.
what grossed you out the most.
It's all there is. Like there were other things I was like, oh, the pedo portrayal or the this or that.
The wet kissing.
That's a gross idea, but they're probably not really doing that. So for me, it was like, no, that kid went up and pushed his face in that guy's butt.
Yeah.
Mozart,
prosthetic
right
butt
there,
or prosthetic face.
Yeah, Willie Kushkin, as Mozart definitely stuck his face right in that kid's butt.
Well, here's what
this is my chance. This is my chance.
So this is the trivia on that kid, Willie Kushkin, however you say his name.
Kushkin.
That kid who put his face in the kid's butt. He played one of the one of the bullied characters, most bullied, I would say. Was on set, according to this, on set, genuinely bullied by other kids during production.
Yeah.
Frank Trent Saldino, who played the camp counselor. So again, another nice thing, guy with the boobs.
Right. The boobs, the pecs.
He stepped in when the other cast members, were like doing nothing. He felt like it was going too far. So that poor kid had to be in that kid's ass on the screen, but he was also getting shit the whole production. The poor kid. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
It made me mad when I read that. It's like you already made him.
You didn't get mad at the poor college student who was having to get drunk and show his ween. I mean, the Angela mask.
Right.
No, because he wear a mask. You never have to even know who that kid is. This other kid is a real person with a face who put that face in a guy's ass. And I think I'm a little sensitive to it because, and I've told the story, I think TMS before, but the two Garys at a camp, it's funny enough, a scout camp, an overnight camp at this place called Camp Steiner. And one of the practical jokes that Gary Ott played on Gary Gertzen played on Gary Ott was Gary Ott's asleep and Gary Gertzen gets an inch from his face with his bare butt.
Oh, God.
And then while Ott is sleeping, Gertzen's laughing so hard that a little poo bean popped out and
my God.
landed on this kid's lip. And
How did you make it worse?
And this other kid wakes up because this is happening and just smears the little poo bean all over his face. And it was horrible. Like I just witnessed it. I wasn't, done to me or whatever. But now I'm mad at anyone who makes you land in somebody's butt or there's a butt involved. F that shit. Mean shit. Even as a movie thing where it's, we're on a set with adults who are trying to, whatever. I think that was too much.
Yeah. It's bridge too far.
Yeah. Yeah. A butthole too far. A butthole too close is what it should be.
Well, maybe you'll enjoy Sleepaway Camp 2, where Bruce Springsteen's sister, Pamela Springsteen, takes on the Angela role for the next two.
Yeah.
The next two movies.
Wait, same character though? Same.
Same Angela. Yeah. And it's revealed that she goes through gender transformation surgery between 1 and 2. So she's
had the job done.
She's had the job done.
The bottom and the top business or whatever.
Job done.
So that's wild. Springsteen's sister.
Yeah.
I feel like she's slumming it a little. She didn't need to be doing that, right? Just call her
Who
brother.
says that Bruce gives his family money,
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe keeps all his stuff to himself,
I want to see that movie.
He keeps trying to give them money, but they don't understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
Here's a few bucks for the same.
Forget it. I'll just play Angela in a film.
When's that?
Fine, Bruce. I'll get dinner.
Yeah,
okay, whatever.
I'll do it.
Dinner. Yeah.
When is that coming out? The Bruce Springsteen biopic? Is that soon? That's soon.
23rd.
Okay.
Okay.
That looks interesting.
Got my tickets for that ahead of time as well.
We get the little rat boy face character actor guy. What's his name? Brian.
Jeremy Allen White.
There you go. 3 names I knew.
Yeah. Along with the dude, Jeremy from Succession.
He's in a lot of upcoming stuff.
Yeah.
The main brother.
Right.
From Succession.
Jeremy Strong.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's great.
They're both really good, and I just based on the way they are on interviews and stuff, it feels like that'd be an insufferable set to be on.
Oh, hell
the two of them, because Jeremy Allen White is so intense and I assume method, and Jeremy Strong, I get that from him too. So it's like, this can't be a fun place to be.
Yeah, but it's definitely some Oscar bait. You can feel it coming off of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
feels like the Bob Geldof. What's wrong with
Bob
me?
Dylan.
Bob Dylan. Shit, I can't think of names today.
The Chalamet thing from last year.
Yeah, the other rat boy, his deal.
That's right, which was fantastic.
Man,
as well.
that look is so in. The kid, the British actor who played Kid whatever in Alien Earth, another rat boy. Yeah. We're just getting rat boys.
It's rat boy. It was a rat boy summer for
rat boy summer. I like it. Yeah,
their time has finally come. Fantastic.
Yes.
I wrote one other thing here. The rocking in the canoe scene gave me PTSD because I've had that done to me.
Dude, that was such a real thing. Yeah, Kenny and his jackassery.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Yeah. That pissed me off. I mean,
while we're talking about boats, that sunfish that in the water skiing accident at the beginning, that was the boat I had as a kid.
Oh, really? That's the one you sailed around?
Sunfish boats. Yeah, with the single mast and the. Mine didn't have a metal dagger board though. Mine had a wooden dagger board. The thing that you sticks
pops
up to the bottom.
The top.
And that's what you use to flip the boat back over. Is you just kind of you put your feet on the side, you grab that dagger board, and then you just pull it right back over to uncapsize it.
I've seen that done, but I didn't know it was called a dagger board. That's cool.
I didn't either. That's way cool. Did your dad ever get killed and float away? Like
nope, never did. Never did.
Just checking.
Did his boyfriend look on in sadness? Does that happen?
Yeah, I had to watch that scene twice because I could not understand.
Just happened?
Yeah, I couldn't understand what happened or what that girl was screaming. Help those people!
Gotta help those. They're gonna die. Oh my god!
That was jacked. Everything about that. And also, I don't understand the point. See, this is where it's very 80s. It's like, ooh, scandal. There's a gay couple involved.
Right.
Well, so what? Yeah. That has nothing to do with any of this. And that annoyed me a little bit. But whatever.
Right. What? Yeah. Oh, we're looking on. We're titillated, I guess.
I guess so. On. Sort of.
Yes.
I mean,
it's got to be. I've read some stuff, and I'm a straight white middle-aged dude, so don't take anything I say as anything. But I have read some opinions of people talking about them having emotional feelings both ways, because there's a representation of homosexuality and possibly trans, and it's good to see it in a film in discussion without it being too hateful. It's just kind of
it's
on
just
scene,
sort of just there, yeah.
Even though it could be portrayed or used as a weapon, so it's that. It seems like there's a torn emotion about,
Yeah, its portrayal is
existing.
not. Yeah, its portrayal is more about it existing, and in 1983, I guarantee that was enough to make people go, "Oh my goodness,"
Right.
But it's not. The filmmakers didn't go, all right, now spend the rest of the movie calling each other FAGs and let's let's
I don't
really
think they did that in this. They never said
No, that's what I mean.
like that.
That's what I mean. They
never
kind of
used
left that alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess I like that they did that. I don't know if they.
Yeah.
I don't want to give them too much credit, like they thought about it. I think
Right.
I think they were more just like, oh, phew, we dodged that bullet. We didn't even know this was going to be this controversial.
To me, the more vague something is, it allows a piece to be interpreted, and that's what you throw in a lot of stuff and you give people the chance to interpret things a certain way. I'm giving this movie too much credit, but I am saying that is what makes good art, conversation, and yeah.
But you got to admit, it feels like they just sort of fell into. If they have any of that in this,
sometimes art is unintentional, and people make it artful and discussion worthy.
It's when it's sometimes a fail video can be artful,
Yeah.
Like nobody knew that kid on the skateboard was going to rack his nuts quite that hard. But hey, we got it now. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah.
Feels like one of those deals to me for some reason.
Yeah.
The only other thing I wrote down, I guess I had one more thing, which was, there it is. Oh no, I think we talked about it. The Mike Kellen guy who played the Mel, he died that year. I did talk about that.
Yeah.
And also I wrote Judy is so bad, and also could Judy suck more? I wrote.
I love the actress who played it. I mean,
I don't want to be within 100 miles of her. I hated her so much.
Really? I liked it.
Not that person. I don't know who she is, but
well, that's what I'm talking about.
It just looks like a fun character to play, because you get to just chew up the scenery and be as over the top as you want, as opposed to
just those big eyes just staring at you, and the way they framed it and shot it, her just sitting there looking at you. You're like, damn, Judy, say something.
Yeah.
And her sneery mouth and stuff. Yeah.
She was just a butthole.
I love the poster. I don't know if it was the original poster, but I love that Adidas. I love seeing all the I love seeing all the shirts from the time too as well. There was no wardrobe; people just wore what they had on. So that sometimes is a positive for me, because you get to see what people were actually wearing.
They had they had a Pepsi sign that stood out to me. I kept trying to read it. I was like, what does that say? Did we have a slogan that was like, oh, it was Pepsi.
Grab a Pepsi.
No, it was Pepsi, please.
Yeah, you say Pepsi, please.
Say Pepsi, please.
Yeah.
I
Is that their
barely
equivalent of
remember that.
Is Pepsi okay?
Yeah,
say
kinda.
Pepsi, please.
Pepsi, okay.
You imagine going to a restaurant and you say, "Can I have a Coke?" Oh, we only have Pepsi products.
Yeah.
I'll
Pepsi,
take. That's fine. And then they go, "I'm sorry. Can you please say Pepsi, please?"
You have to say no. You must say Pepsi, please.
Yeah,
right.
Or we're not bringing you shit,
jerks.
Yeah,
yeah.
This happened sort of last. No, it's a long story. I'm not gonna tell it, but I went to a Mexican restaurant. Let's just say the Pepsi Coke thing was very odd over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll save for TMS. It's more of a morning show
I'll save
thing.
that for TMS.
Any other thoughts, feelings, questions, things you wrote down, anything at all?
I just want to say thank you guys for watching it with me. I was really debating. I'm like, oh, they're gonna hate me for if I make them. If I push this hard, they're gonna hate
perfect
me.
for Film Sack. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, this is Troll 2 levels of so bad it's entertaining.
Yeah,
and I felt like I think I was thinking about Troll 2 during this.
Sacktober, we make all kinds of concessions for trash.
Yeah,
so I love it. I love it. Yeah. Go ahead, Randy.
And I think like looking at the discussion, the early discussion among viewers, like you have some people saying, "Oh, that's a horror movie," so like they approach it that way, and some people saying, "Why are you doing this to me? Like I hate this." And it made me think of the worst movies that we've ever sacked, right? So
Yeah.
we haven't really talked about this since I want to say Kraken. Like the way I approach this is I think of the worst movies we've ever sacked, Super Snooper, Daughters of Satan, that kind of thing. And then I ask myself, would I rather watch this again or that? And like, if any of those movies are something I would rather watch again over this, then I know this belongs in like our dishonorable list, like the bottom 20 or whatever.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Well, look at this though. Is this the highest tomato meter movie that's a bad movie that we've ever seen? It is 82% tomato meter for critics, 61% for critics, 61%
what
for audiences. Yeah,
it has to be a low number of people who've
reviews.
actually
28
seen it.
reviews on the critics, over 10,000 plus on the audience score.
Wow.
The audience one I expect because it's campy and dumb and a good time.
Yeah.
But
you love it for other reasons than
I'm
quality.
shocked by that, though.
Right.
Speaking of which, so far I don't see anything wrong with it. Like it seems exactly in line with what these have been before. But that Ed Gein thing's only at 45% or something.
Yeah.
And I not entirely sure why, because what I saw in that first episode was pretty damn good. Oh, I didn't even mention who played the mom. The whole point of my conversation about that, and I just didn't get to it. The mom's Metcalf, Laura Metcalf.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, and there's
she's unbelievable, dude. She's the best psycho mom made a serial killer son that I've seen in a long time. Real good.
So good.
Yeah. I mean, we all think she's good regardless, but
yeah,
this is her stretching. It's awesome. Mm-hmm. Anyway, all right, well, let's do some clips, guys. Clips.
Yeah.
You found some audio? Do you have like 5 minutes of
her just screaming?
Sitting there not saying anything?
I
just hope there's a lot of audio of Aunt Martha.
Yeah, we got. Well, I can tell you, we got this. This is when Marianne asked the skipper for a roll in the sack. Okay, this is the response that Marianne gave.
Come on, Marianne. You know I can't do that.
Sorry, the professor did.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about the boat riding kids. I hated them. They annoyed me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wow, are they really? Is that accent? I don't think. Do kids have accents that deep?
That pronounced?
Yeah.
The water. Watch out for the water snakes.
Yeah. Oh, shit. All right. Here's one called Richard Angela, but I don't remember what I wrote. So here it is.
Richard Angela.
Oh, it's Aunt. It's Aunt
Martha.
Yeah, there she is, saying their names.
Fantastic.
Here's the girl we all thought was older, and she's only 17, but I still say she looked 32. Her saying, here's her laying down the law.
Got it? Okay? Capiche?
Capiche.
Oh, no, that was Meg.
Oh, was that Meg?
Was it? I think that was Meg. I like how Meg comes in. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Meg. M-E-G.
Yeah, thanks for helping us out.
I loved it.
Wait a minute. She's the one that got killed in the shower, though, that was going to have sex with the old guy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mel.
Yeah.
Mel and Meg.
Oh, okay. I thought that's who we were saying looked older. Are we talking about Judy?
You're talking about Judy looked old.
Judy, who matured over the summer.
All right,
Well, why
misunderstood.
didn't you ever take showers with the other girls, Angela?
Yeah.
Angela.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
The shower
Meg-
situation there. Yeah.
Meg's actress was about 19.
Okay. That makes more
according
sense to me.
IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. But no one says capiche, even at 19.
Capiche?
Yeah.
Capiche.
Capiche?
F off. I hate it. Move this along, please.
Look, can we move this along, please?
Please. Yeah.
Can we move this along, please?
Please. Here's the thing with
Just
that.
trying to stay open for the summer.
If you really had a grisly murder, or even the guy with the boiling face, all this is canceled. Kids are going home.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And
The
by that
very
time,
first murder.
Yeah, the third
That's what he's
murder,
worried
they're
about.
still figuring out how to run the place after
Well,
three
they didn't.
murders. That's effed.
They didn't murder the pedophile.
Well, you're right. They should have, though.
Yeah.
They should have
At
poured
least he
that.
didn't die. Yeah.
They should
At
have
least
poured
we
that
don't
hot
know.
water on his peen.
On his dong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On his dong.
Yeah. We're talking about 80s movies, so we got to.
You got to use the nomenclature.
Accurate.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
This guy's fuse was about 2 minutes long. Here he is.
The hell with you then. You don't know how to have any fun anyway.
That guy was I don't remember his name. He's a prick. And it would set off by nothing. Somebody would say, "We don't want to go in the lake with you naked." Fine.
Right. Fine. I didn't want to diddle you anyway.
Yeah. A lot of man butt in this movie.
Oh my God.
This movie was absolutely determined to keep you from ever seeing a girl naked in a way that you might accidentally see an underage girl.
Yeah.
But underage boys, no problem. We got them.
No problem.
There we go.
Need some butts? We got some butts.
Yeah. It's an odd thing for a movie about a sleepaway camp to not have any boobies in it.
Yeah.
But instead, man, did
Lots
have
of
the
butts.
butts. Lots of
We
butts.
got boy ween.
A little bit of reverse cheeseburger, as Brian would call it. This is the most cringe I felt in a movie to the point that I got to in this movie. This killed me.
Hey, Bubba Reba. Hey, Bubba Reba.
That made me want to kill something.
I wrote that down in my notes. I was like, I hope he captures this because what the heck? He's sitting there chatting with the girl that he flipped off the boat.
She's back on the shore.
She's back on the shore. Even if she wasn't, she can't hear him through the canoe and the water and everything.
Yeah.
No, it was.
And then so he's just gonna start singing because he likes the echo, I guess. Hey, Baba Reba.
And that song, I'm like, why that tune? Like, because you had to pay for
they
rights.
couldn't afford to get rights to anything else.
I guess so. That just really rubbed me wrong. I was glad he died. I hate that kid.
Yeah.
Here's some good foam foley when they pulled that trick on the nerd. And it probably was actually being recorded in the room, but it just sounded like, that sounded like shaving cream.
Yeah.
I felt like they actually recorded people on boats, like in boats. Like you're in a second boat with a boom mic, and that was kind of impressive.
Yeah. Wasn't bad. Their sound work was all right. Although there were times when people's voices on mics weren't that great. Like this guy says he has to take a wicked dump.
I gotta take a wicked dump first, so I'll see you guys down there, right?
Like, get a mic on him. A wicked dump.
Remember having to quickly file through magazines before you went to take a poop?
Oh, yeah.
Right. I was trying to figure out what comic book that was. He was taking a comic book in there. I wanted to see what that was.
Yeah.
An issue of something.
What do you think?
Candyman.
Could you tell if it was...
No, I couldn't tell.
Like Marvel or DC or anything? Okay.
It was DC for dump comic.
Wicked WC. Wicked dump. Or what WD. WD 40. All right. Here's a lead up and a boo. I liked this for whatever reason. Here it is. I don't know why.
I did appreciate kind of you could tell our director grew up on some of these older type of Universal monster horror movies or whoever introduced it, because at the very top of the movie, you definitely knew you were watching a horror movie because that music was nothing but, pans across the camps or the lake and just that over the top scary kind of music. Right?
Way to film the thing in fall and pretend you're having summer though.
I love that was like some of the trivia is like the time started running out and they're like, it's supposed to be summer camp, but I guess it's late summer camp
because it was really nicely fall. It was beautiful. It looked like you're about to things were about to turn. It's like here we had so much rain yesterday. Oh my gosh. All right, here's this was something that was said all the time back then. I heard this constantly as a young 80s kid, and here it is.
We've been using the regular activity schedule, and that bites the big one.
That bites the big one.
That bites the
regular activity schedule.
Yeah, that guy's accent. But the bite the big one I've not heard in a long time, so thanks for that.
Yeah.
That brought me back.
I did appreciate the two, I guess, just barely out of school themselves, counselors who were being silly to kind of connect with the kids with eating the
bunny
flag.
Ears and right.
So those guys were counselors, right?
They were counselors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I just feel like you'd get in trouble for telling kids bite the big one. I don't know why.
We're gonna play a game of capture the flag.
Capture the
flag. This is how it works.
They really did. The accent mix was pretty wild. All right, here's the thing you've all heard before.
Do you have to kiss so wet?
Yeah, I don't like that.
That made me laugh out loud. I laughed out loud at that part.
I wanted to tell
Judy would complain about that.
Yeah. Get the F away from Judy. She is trouble, dude. Sucks.
She is trouble, absolutely.
And then we'll play this one more time because it deserves one more listen.
Eat shit and die, Ricky.
Eat shit and live, Bill.
I love it.
Bill.
I think Bill's the short fuse guy, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
He's the one that's
Yeah. He's a real Peckerwood. All right, here's this. It is the film Film Sack Chacklap.
Film Jack.
Film Jack. Welcome to Film Jack. That's our new name. We've changed it to Film Jack.
Film Jack.
It's not bad, actually.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah, don't take that, anyone out there.
I was going to say, let somebody use that and we'll get the residuals.
Filmjack.com.
Film Jack.
That might actually be a thing, and it may not be what you want it to be. Anyway.
Starring Judy.
Yep. Starring. This is the Film Sack checklist, is what I meant to say. The camp owner, Mel, dressed like my Uncle Marsden, 100%. Everything he wore.
He was everybody's uncle. He was spot on for uncle.
The white belts and the way too high plaid pants and the blue shirt.
Yeah.
I'm just awful.
He just had it in for Ricky. He thought Ricky was the killer from day one.
Yep. That's pretty bad.
Well,
He just beat the shit out of Ricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Ricky. What, Randy?
Like, we know it's not Ricky, but the movie is desperately trying to convince us it's Ricky, too.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. The movie wants us. Yeah. The movie is constantly like, well, Ricky's the angry one. He's the short fuse. He's the one that's going to get revenge for his poor cousin who can't defend herself.
Right.
But no. We should have been, when they said, why don't you ever shower? That should have been our moment where we went, oh, because she doesn't show. I mean, this is obvious now, but why didn't I think of that in the movie? Why did it still surprise me? I'm kind of mad that this cheap, low-end movie made me surprised.
It surprised me, too.
Let's see. Oh, it's impossible for the shorts to be any shorter. Check. That is for sure.
Yeah, dude.
And then a quote-unquote 15-year-old girl dating a 61-year-old owner of the camp seems problematic. Check. Big check.
It's so awful. And at the same time, like, the movie has such more awful things that you can't, like, I can't, like, I would like to have spent a little time complaining about this older, this pedophilia, just going on as pedophilia.
Oh, they're loving the pedophilia.
But, like,
it was
the
funny
movie
back then.
is, like, the movie just kind of passes that off as, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, right.
Well, plus they don't show any type of intimacy between the two. It's just kind of mentioned, right?
Well, it's just implied, and then she doesn't show up, and now he's out looking for her because he didn't get his, his whatevers. I don't know, man. I'm guessing if you go back into 1983 territory and you start watching like Caddyshack and a bunch of stuff, we're just going to start to see these things because they were just treated with such like, I don't know, like it didn't. Almost like it didn't exist, so therefore it's funny. But
we didn't discuss those things, and that's one of the things I like about horror is it allows you to discuss things that are not at the moment something that people are talking about in open areas,
polite conversation,
right? In polite conversation.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point.
Yeah,
right. But the problem is you have to watch the movie first, and like,
there's a price to pay.
There's a price to pay. There's a price to pay to have this terrible conversation.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. Where was I there? Oh, that was it. Let's do Star Trek connections. And if there are any MCU ones, I doubt it, but let's try.
No, there's not.
There's nothing?
Get out of here. Mel's not in anything? Mel seems like
tiny little thing, which is the person who is credited with the amazing arrow through the neck effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
His name is Ed French. He also got a credit in Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, for special effects makeup artist.
Oh,
deserves a little.
So we had a real guy here then.
Plastic ears and foreheads.
Yeah,
basically. Right. This is a guy who made the Klingons look like Klingons, right?
Yeah.
And in this movie, he did. I guess there were a couple others, right? So like the effect of the slash down the back, that's pretty good.
It wasn't bad. It was all right.
Yeah.
It didn't seem. It seemed a little all taken care of by the time they found her. You know what I mean? It was all cleaned up. And it's like a simple. It was like a healing scar by then. It's like, what are you doing, man? Tore her spine in half. It was ridiculous. But go ahead.
The first big special effect with makeup is the guy with the burned face, and it was kind of corny. It wasn't like, it wasn't
bubbling
like
and stuff too. Yep.
Yeah. It was all right. I thought that, again, for the budget, the effects punched above their weight.
Yeah.
Especially the kid in the boat. I just thought that was gnarly. Yeah. That a snake crawled out of that mouth. And I actually questioned, is that a person they're holding that still? And they had
Did that kid have a snake in his mouth?
Yeah. Which is not something I would do for a movie that old. I usually see that stuff a mile away. All right. Well, no MCU ones then for sure. We're not doing that.
Nope.
No, nothing like that. It was hard to find this one guy. It's just like this is a movie that was made on a shoestring budget out in the middle of New York State, with just whoever was available.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Grab the first 13-year-old and 61-year-old you can find.
Hey, you want to be in a movie, kid?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Let's move on to, where are we now? Oh, this is the soundtrack grade. I'd give it a Y. Sorry, WYWE. YWE. Which just stands for what you would expect. It's fine.
Yep.
It's not
what you would expect.
Yeah, for a movie this old and of its nature, it's fine. I don't.
Well, and it's
just
another
followed the slasher playbook, 80s slasher playbook.
Yeah,
it's another way to hate the movie though, because like a lot of middling horror movies punch above their weight class with music, and this is way below middling overall, and it doesn't even really try. Like there's no budget for music here. It's
nothing fancy.
That's the reason why we got Kenny singing in the boat.
Mm-hmm.
That was part of the budget.
Yeah,
you got some money for
that.
The
best parts were bits where they do, but they're just kind of borrowing from like Hitchcock and stuff. So I don't know.
Trying to pull some strings.
Totally fine. It said in the trivia there were 3 original songs for this movie, but none of them made the soundtrack, and I couldn't figure out what the hell's going on there. That was weird.
One of them is the end song about Angela. That's played during the final credits.
Angela.
Yeah, right. Our home and native land. That's where I felt like you were going.
Right.
Darn it. That would have been a great...
missed opportunities. Shoot. Yeah. Well, next time, Brian, next time.
We'll save it for Sleepaway Camp, too.
It'll all be fine. Let's get to the social media post. This is where, in 280 characters or less, that's your limit. You guys have to sum the film up. This week, I've been told people are sick of me starting with Randy, so this week we're starting with Randy.
Sleepaway Camp. At Camp Arawak, autumn's in full swing. The counselors flirt and teenage hormones sing. They splash, they fight, they gossip by the shore. Not one expects their story is a bore. The chef gets cooked, the lifeguard takes a nap. A prank turns deadly. Oops, there's another trap. Each scene more dumb, each death more oddly planned. It's the least sexy, least fun movie in the land.
That's really good.
Fair.
And also fair, yeah. I don't think it's too far off the mark there. Brian Dunaway, take it away.
Much shorter. Sleepaway Camp. There's a penis at the end. The name is Brian. M-E-G.
Nice.
Was this just R? Not this wasn't one of them X ones, right? Because I thought if you showed a wiener, you couldn't do it. Okay, I thought there were rules back then, but I don't know.
There were rules.
All right.
They didn't.
It was kind of a shadowy wiener, right?
Yeah.
The MPAA is like, we're just going to give you an R. Please don't make us watch this. Which is
right. We'll just
What do you think this is? An R? All right, good enough.
I wonder if that's ever happened where it's clear what the thing is. They just phone in their rating.
No, I feel like those jackasses that are watching those and rating them are just really banal. Just
we'll
all right. Watch it.
I didn't realize you had, a little bit
strong feelings.
Yeah, very strong feelings.
I do have feelings.
You do. You're a human being. You have a heart. And you have feelings.
Yeah. Meg, M-E-G.
Brian Ibbett, take us home.
Sleepaway Camp. Delivered on everything it promised, except I'm disappointed we only got to see one water snake.
Oh, nice. Water snake.
Water snake.
Watch out for the water snake. F that kid.
The water snakes.
You want me to get fired for doing water snakes? All right. Where are we now? Oh, it's the alternate titles. Oh. This was almost called Sleepaway Crap.
But
then
still
it was almost called.
Yeah,
it still could be. I think it's never too late. But also it was nearly called Darth Vader's dad is in this. Well, so there's that. Email time. We got an email here from someone. Okay, let me just say that this is an opportunity for us to recommend quicksack.li. Quicksack, not sock. Yeah. Quicksock.li is a whole other thing.
Ooh, don't buy that.
It's all part of the Chili Peppers fan club thing. You got to go look it up. Quicksack. I keep saying it wrong. Quicksack.li is the place. Now the reason I'm saying that now is because I'm about to read an email where this person definitely could use this. He says, this is somebody named Proton Pony, by the way.
Oh.
He says, you guys should do Over the Top and Judge Dredd. I cannot believe you have not sacked these Stallone classics yet. Anyway, keep it up. I've listened to every single episode and love your show. We have done both of those movies.
Well, actually.
Great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Until the last line, though, that was a really good email.
Yeah,
like
it was.
The last sentence. The last sentence ruins it.
It's possible this person
I think they were
pulling our nuts. I don't know. Maybe.
I think they're pulling our nuts.
Oh, they could be.
I don't know. It
like
seems there's a lot of it all at once seems genuine and also trolly, and I'm not sure which way to take
I
it.
like it.
But it is a perfect excuse to say to people, quicksack.li, created by Bombats in our community. It's this amazing searchable database where you can find out if we have done a movie or not. Just search for the name, bam, you'll find it. And it's super great.
Bam, you'll find it.
And there's other cool stuff in there too, but that's one of its uses.
There are exceptions, by the way. That searcher can only work with what it's working with, right? So like you've got an RSS feed that it is looking at, and there are limits. But if you go and search Over the Top, you will find Film Sack 52.
Yeah, or Dredd, you'll find Judge Dredd and not the other Dredd, which we should watch. Or did we?
I wasn't sure for a second. I was like, did we do that one?
We definitely did that one. That's the one because Rob Schneider just burned into my head for being horribly miscast in that.
Exactly, just distracting in every scene.
Yeah, it was really bad. Anyway, that was episode 314 for Dredd. So go back and that is in the feed. And then if you want what was the other one you said? Over the top. Over the top. If I can find
Randy
it
said
here.
it earlier. What, 50-something?
Oh, 52. That was
52.
early 2010. Jeez.
That was our, that was like our first anniversary movie.
Wild. Well, look at us. There's that. That's an email. We also got this text on last week's episode. You discussed why the fun was fired seemingly for no reason at the end of the movie. The Fonz?
What did we watch last week?
He's talking about G.I. Joe Retaliation. So I'm not sure what he means by the fun. You discussed why the fun was fired. I missed this when I went through it. Anyway, for no reason at the end of the movie. The real reason is dumb. G.I. Joe Retaliation was released in 3D. In fact, it was released. Its release was delayed almost a year, largely so Paramount could convert it to 3D artificially. After early test screenings suggested it would play better that way.
Oh,
I hate to tell everyone from that era, none of that played better that way. Anyway, so that moment near the end is exactly what it looks like: a gimmick shot meant to play up the stereoscopic effect. He's talking about the gun, not fun.
Why the gun was fired? No,
that was like a escape room, like a puzzle room. We just got.
I love that. That was good.
Got it.
Nice job, Randy. We move on to the next room.
The gun was fired.
You know what? Ron Burgundy will read whatever you put on the teleprompter, guys.
That's right. Will. I don't know why I couldn't figure out fun was fired would be a gun was fired. Duh.
Why would they fire the fun? The fun is the best part.
Well, I was reading as let go. Like, why was somebody let go was fired?
Right. Doesn't always have to be a gun. Good point. You know what? To our defense, and to Randy's great jubilation, he got it.
Sleuthing skills.
I got it.
Well done. Let's get to some Patreon mentions real quick. We have, I love our names this week. We have 3 new people. I'll start with this one. Expert Novak. Great name.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Ryan Yonk. Amazing name.
Yonk. The Yonk is here.
Spelled Y-O-H-N-K, which is a wild spelling of that.
Okay.
And then finally, the famous, we all know her from our childhood, Mavis Beacon is now supporting Film Sack.
Oh, excellent.
Mavis Beacon.
Just taking a break from teaching typing and gonna
teach us how to
some Film Sack.
Something else. I don't know what. Anyway, glad to have you here, Mavis, Miss Beacon, if you're nasty. If you want to be a part of this, you can do it real easy at patreon.com/filmsack. We just put up a special episode from Randy all about music, and it's real good.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
And I really love how our audience, our listeners get in touch. You know, they're just like, hey, here's something you might not have thought of. And I asked at the end of the episode, like, let me know what I'm forgetting. Just such a fun way to go about interacting with you guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it is
awesome.
great, especially when we do these specials. We don't always know if we're hitting, so when you get feedback like that, it feels good. And we know better how to host stuff in the future. So we really appreciate that. You'll also get all the other benefits of this membership. No commercials ever, pre-show content every week, monthly specials like I mentioned, art in the mail, movie related, by the way. Halloweenish this month. Ooh.
Oh, Halloweenies.
Yeah. Other cool benefits. Sign up today. Available right now at patreon.com/filmsack. Our next movie is Friday the 13th. The
Going
original.
back to the camp.
The original and classic.
Yeah.
And starring one of my niece's teachers as the camp counselor or camp.
Whoa,
nice.
really?
Mark Nelson is one of my niece Rainey's teachers at her acting school in New York right now. So.
That's great, man.
cool.
Yeah.
I love it when we have a weird connection. This is good.
Yeah.
Peacock and Paramount both have it. So you got two big non-excuses.
Wow. So if you're a Walmart Plus, you don't have to decide. You can just, whichever one you want.
I also found it on AMC Plus, which I
That's
realized
a good place to watch it.
Not a big deal for anybody, but like we're currently in a time where people are canceling streamers and they're kind of condensing and trying to find what works for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you're a movie, and especially an older movie viewer, AMC Plus might be a good choice for you.
Yeah.
If you're a geezer like Dunaway and you just love shit like that.
Hey, stop spitting facts.
Stop those hot facts.
Yeah.
I think that means it's on Shudder because AMC owns Shudder. So
that's good.
I
think that's true.
And we've I think we've sacked 4 Jason movies at this point, and none of
we've
them
never
were
done the
first
original.
one.
Yeah.
So
Wild. So we've done the space one, Jason in Space. We did 2, I think, right? With Kevin Bacon. I think.
Kevin Bacon's
So
in
the
this
space
one,
one was
in 2.
right. The space one was Jason X.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we've done Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
And we've done Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah.
That was the first Friday the 13th movie we ever watched.
Jason Goes to Hell.
Jason Goes to Hell.
Okay.
Yeah, that's bad.
And then there's another one.
Yeah, we didn't do Jason Goes to Manhattan, did we? The city one? Because
Yeah.
that's an awesome
The
one.
city one? That's a good one.
Yeah.
How many of us have seen it and remember the first one?
Yeah, that's the thing. I remember watching
Don't
them.
remember it.
I watched them
And
in
remember
order
it.
one year when I was in high school,
Yeah.
I don't remember anything.
I remember
lots of people forget about.
Oh yeah, because remember the first
and how
one,
it works.
you were expecting to see a very specific character in the first one.
Yeah.
And I got bad news for you. We'll talk about it next week, but it's a bit of a downer when that happens. But also on its own, it's a huge hallmark, and it's a big, it started a whole genre of film.
Yeah.
That is
Kevin
worth talking
Bacon's
about.
in the second one, right? He's not in the first.
I don't know. I can't remember. He gets
Yeah, I
stabbed
wasn't
under
sure
a bed
either.
while he's doing it with somebody or something, right?
There's so many.
There's a lot of those. I think Freddie did that a couple times too, where people are doing it and then just rammed his hand up to 2 bodies or something. It's always
Sweet.
I'm excited about it. So next week, that's that. Watch it on Peacock or any of the other places that we mentioned. And in the meantime, you can go to our website. If you're looking for anything, it'll be there. Filmsack.com is the place. That'll be it for us, for me, for Brian, and for Randy.
You little schemers.
We'll see you next time.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
Eat shit and live, Bill.